The Atari ST. Wow, what a nostalgic machine. My trusty 520 ST-FM, which I still have, formed a stopgap between my Commodore 64 and my Amiga 600 during the Christmas of 1994. It was also the machine I spent many a post-school afternoon playing with my friend Michael in the late 80s and early 90s. Therefore, this top 7 list is very subjective and personal. It's based entirely on the games I loved playing the most during those times, either 2-player or solo. So I don't want to hear any "what about this game" or "but you missed this," because this list is really the games which first come to mind when I think about the ST. I know that there are better games, probably lots of better games, but frankly, I don't care. These are the games which helped form my personality, which honed my joystick waggling skills, and which ultimately nourished my imagination. And for that reason, I adore them. Number 7. Predator. The award for the hardest game ever conceived could possibly fall to this little gem. To begin with, it seems like a fairly faithful recreation of the movie. You jump off the chopper, all your guys join you, and then like that, they're fucking gone. They abandon you or die, and you're left to slog your way through countless men and face off the Predator by yourself. In the film, this wouldn't have been a problem for Arnie, but in this game, he's weaker than shit. But you know what? I love it, if only for the countless hours I spent entirely on this first level. Number 6. Ghouls and Ghosts. Straight into another unbelievably difficult game. I'm not sure if I was some sort of masochistic child, but damn, this is one hard platformer. I think it's actually the gothic, ghost-infested landscape which endears me to this game so much actually. I mean, I loved the supernatural as a wee nipper, and this game clearly sparked my imagination, as we took turns trying to beat this horrifically hard bastard. Number 5. Big Run. Big Run was another game that I stuck to. It's a fairly standard racer, but I think compared to a lot of other racing games, the graphics just blew me away, and given that the handling isn't all that shabby, it worked for me, as you career over distant, desert-covered landscapes into the never-ending horizon. Ah, never-ending horizon. Number 4. Supremacy. Now this was a game that I sunk many solo hours into. On the ST, the Amiga and in DOS, but the ST version was my first experience of this classic. The premise is essentially to take over a star system of planets by atmospheric processing, or when that's already been taken care of by somebody else, brute force. It's a lovely heartwarming concept with some deep strategy, and once you've got the hang of how to beat it, it's like flowing down a tranquil river with a bag of stolen gold. Lovely job. Number 3. Double Dragon. At the other end of the spectrum, here's a game which I pretty much exclusively played 2-player. I love that the high score table still holds some of our high scores. Save to disk for all of eternity, or at least until someone drops an electromagnetic bomb. Double Dragon is of course based on the classic arcade game, and for me it's actually better. It doesn't have that horrific lag that the original cabinet suffered from for starters, and it still retains the classic end fight where you ultimately have to kill your only brother, who you fought tirelessly with over some floozy who doesn't give a shit about which brother wins. There's also the fact that she is demanding you kill your only brother to win her affections. Seriously, was she worth coming this far for? Really? Number 2 is Cannon Fodder. I still had my ST when Cannon Fodder arrived on the scene, and just listening to that digitised opening rendition sealed the deal for me. Bloody marvellous. The game is military gaming mayhem as you lead your small team around jungles, lakes and sandy landscapes to kill the enemy foes and reach your goal. War really has never been so much fun. Number 1 is Gauntlet 2. Yes, the much anticipated number 1 slot. Gauntlet. What an absolute corker. Based on Atari's arcade cabinet, the game sees you controlling either a wizard, a Valkyrie, a warrior or an elf through sprawling dungeons infested with bony things, monster things and those stubborn to die deaths. Probably because they're already dead. This game really shines on 2-player mode, and we must have sunk hundreds of hours, if not more, trying to get to the final level of this mammoth game. I don't think we ever did, but hey, it was fun. And it wholeheartedly deserves to be the #1 spot in my opinion. And remember that it is my opinion, not yours. So, be gone with you. Thank you for watching my video on my top 7 Atari ST games, or the first 7 that popped into my head at least. Feel free to click a video below, or wait for some more, or contribute to my Patreon channel if you want to keep the channel going. In any case, thank you very much for watching, and good night.